Hello everybody, my name is Skyflyer, and welcome back to another video. A little bit of a discussion video. I wanted to just talk about and review my favorite 3D Sonic game, Shadow Generations. Not Sonic X Shadow Generations, not the Sonic portion, the Shadow portion specifically. This game is great. This is honestly one of the best games I played last year. This was my game of the year last year, because nothing else came out that really interested me or excited me all that much. But Sonic X Shadow Generations is a love letter to, honestly, Shadow the Hedgehog fans. This game had a lot of Shadow the Hedgehog references and content and everything. It even got DLC about the fucking third Sonic movie, which was awesome to see. And that was one of the best DLCs I've ever played in a video game, period. It was only like a 5-minute, 10-minute level, but it was still amazing and awesome to play through. The story is, it takes place alongside Sonic Generations, where it's Sonic's birthday party, but Shadow gets a call to go up to the space colony Ark in Space, because he thinks the Black Arms, the alien race from Shadow the Hedgehog, has returned. So he goes up there, and then Black Doom takes him to the dreamscape that Sonic's in during Sonic Generations, but Shadow sees stuff about his past. He sees Maria, he sees the space colony Ark, he sees all these locations that he's associated with and everything, which is so cool to see. Places like Radical Highway, Kingdom Valley. But there's a few places that didn't really make sense to me. Like, I don't think it's called Rail Canyon, but I call it Rail Canyon anyway. The level from Sonic Heroes. Sunset Heights from Sonic Forces felt a little forced too, even though that is a cool location. Probably the most iconic location from Sonic Forces. Yeah, that one makes sense, I guess, because Shadow did go to that location in Sonic Forces, but it was so weird to me at the same time. But overall, everything about the game was great, and the gameplay is where the game really shined. The best 3D Sonic gameplay ever. Better than Generations, better than Frontiers. It's awesome. And so, you don't even play as Sonic in this version of the game, you play as Shadow. Shadow is the best character to play as in the 3D Sonic games ever because of this game, period. This game specifically. I never played the original Shadow the Hedgehog game. Sonic 06 I did play, he was iffy in that one, but this game is great. He has all his powers, he has the boost, he has the Chaos Spear, Chaos Control. He can grow the wings and fly. It's just so cool seeing all this stuff. And with Black Doom, like, being in this game, he has, like, the link to Shadow, and, like, Doom keeps giving Shadow these powers in order to control him and turn him into the perfect soldier. But Shadow's will is strong enough to deflect Black Doom's influence on him. But you get all these cool powers, like the Chaos Spear gets upgraded to Doom Spear and does more damage. You get like this Doom Blast where you just kick enemies across the map, which is my favorite one to use. And then there's the Doom Surf, which is like a manatee Shadow spawns, and you like glide across the water and everything, which is really fun to do, especially in the Metal Sonic boss fight, which I will get into. And then there's obviously the Doom Wings, where you can use to fly, and it's like Shadow's super form in this game, pretty much. All it is it gives him the wings, but it's still super cool. It just looks so badass. And like I was saying, the bosses are really cool. You get the Bio-Lizard, or Biohazard, whatever it was, from Sonic Adventure 2, which is associated with Shadow. Metal Sonic didn't really make that much sense to me, but Metal Sonic and Shadow do have a bit of a history together. Like in the Sonic Rivals 2 game, they were a team. They fought a lot of times before, so that I guess I could see that and understand that somewhat. And then you got Mephiles. Mephiles the fucking Dark is a boss fight in this game. This guy hasn't been in anything Sonic related since Sonic 06, and I guess like the mobile titles and whatnot, but this is a really big deal. It was a big deal for me because Sonic 06 is the first Sonic game I did play and beat, like, which is such a bad thing because that was a terrible game, but it's okay. I mean, at least I got to know who Mephiles was, and I'm happy. I didn't get into the fandom and be like, who's this character? Who's this character? Like, I knew who he was, and that was my favorite part of the game, period, because it was so cool seeing him. No infinite boss fight, though, for Shadow, which really irked me, because him and Infinite have a history in the Sonic Forces DLC with him. Shadow's the reason Infinite turned to use the Phantom Ruby powers from that game overall, so it's so strange he didn't get a boss fight. It was so strange to me. Overall, it was a really solid lineup, and not just that, in the Void you get to explore all this stuff. There's chests you can find that give you the collectibles, like the art pieces and music that you can use in the levels. Like, you can listen to different tracks all across the Sonic franchise relating to Shadow while you're playing through the levels. And it's so cool. They included the Titan tracks from Sonic Frontiers, which is the best Sonic soundtrack, period. So that's awesome that they did that. There wasn't a time where I didn't listen to Undefeatable or the I'm Here of Sonic Frontiers during a level. It was so cool to do that as well. And holy shit, the level design of this game was really, really good. Going through the levels, this was not a Sonic Forces situation where the entire game felt automated. Like, it just felt automated. If you hold the boost button, you win. That's how it felt. This game, you need to use all your powers to your advantage. There's places where you need to time it. There's quick time events. It's really cool. And half of the levels, Black Doom, you see Black Doom's eye, and he shifts the level and makes it entirely different. And it's so cool. It reminds me of something like the Doctor Strange scenes in the Marvel movies. It's just so cool seeing that. Like, they did something really, really different, and it's so badass seeing that. And of course, just like in Sonic Generations, there's extra challenges you can do to get the keys which unlock the bosses, but then there's more challenges after that. They mostly geared just toward 100% completion and the trophies, because I'm playing on PlayStation, but still you get all this kind of cool stuff. And once again, Black Doom's inclusion back in this game along with the Black Arms alien race was so cool to see again. You got to see all the aliens through the levels and everything. They were enemies some cases, but most of the time it was just Eggman robots and stuff. But it was really cool seeing it and seeing them back. Black Doom as the final boss again was so cool, and fighting him as Super Shadow with that All Hail Shadow remix in the background was just, so good, dude. I never had so much fun in a final boss, probably since Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart's final boss, whenever I played that game when it came out. I haven't played, this game was just a treat to experience all the way through, start to finish. It was amazing, and the game's story was really good too, focusing on Shadow's relationship with him seeing Maria again after she died all the way back in SA2, and him seeing Gerald Robotnik as well, and them getting like nice moments, and Gerald not being evil because this is before he turned crazy, and obviously not to fuck up the timeline, Shadow can't tell Maria like, oh, you're gonna die and get shot in the next game or whatever. But it was so emotional seeing that, being a Sonic fan for years and knowing what it was. It was, I think I did get teary-eyed when I played the game last year, I'm not sure. But it was so amazing seeing that. I love this game all the way through. The story is amazing, and the ending's great. Shadow even sheds a tear whenever he goes away at the end. It's just so heartwarming and beautiful to see that. And the scene where he fights Sonic in the middle of the story, I'm disappointed wasn't a boss fight, but it was really cool seeing them get their own little cutscene together, and how it explained that the Emerald, Shadow has a Chaos Emerald to use a Chaos Control throughout the game because he gave Sonic the yellow fake Emerald that Tails made in Sonic Adventure 2, which was another really cool way to tie that in and explain that pretty decently well. I think the last thing to talk about, the movie DLC. I went to go see the movie in theaters with my dad. Remember, this came out like a week before, December 12th, I think it was, because the movie released a little bit around the end of the month. I think it was the 25th Christmas, I'm not sure. But whenever I went to go see that movie, it was amazing. Might talk about that sometime, but for now, the game. But the movie DLC was really cool. Keanu Reeves even voiced Shadow in the game, which is really, really cool to see. And I like the reference of, it's like Sonic Prime, the reference to Sonic Prime where Shadow enters the portal in the hub world, and he turns into the movie version of himself. It reminded me of how in Sonic Prime, when Sonic got the cufflinks he has on his gloves and shoes that 9 gives him, Sonic gloves and shoes changes every dimension he goes to. That's what that reminded me of, and that was such a really, really cool detail it was. And the set pieces in this level were really cool, seeing the cutscene, how badass Shadow was with taking down the helicopter and everything, and all the soldiers. It was just so damn cool, man. I loved it. It's like eye candy. This entire game is nothing but eye candy. Not just to Sonic fans, but to anybody who plays this game. Give it a try for yourself. Anybody needs to play this. If you're a fan of just great games, like fun, fast-paced games, because this game is a Sonic game, obviously, you're going to love it thick and thin all the way through, no doubt about it. If I had any criticisms, there's not much I have. I think this game is overall a 10 out of 10. Nothing wrong with the game. I loved it. Best Sonic game, best 3D Sonic game ever made, no doubt about it. Maybe past Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because Sonic 3 and Knuckles is my favorite. Sonic game, not Shadow game, Sonic game. Though it's got some pretty steep competition for me there personally. But like I said, give this game a try. It is really good. Anybody that have played will like it. I'm sure everybody's played it by now. I'm sure a lot of people that haven't yet. But it's great all the way through, not just for Sonic fans, but for anybody. You might be a little confused coming into it if you're a new player, but trust me, it is worth the playtime. So with that, I'm going to leave it here. That's my thoughts on Sonic X Shadow Generations, specifically Shadow Generations. What's your thoughts on the game if you played it? Tell me in a comment below. And with that, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, share the video, and leave a comment. It really helps out. And just so you know, I'm going to do what every other YouTuber does. 95% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you see this video, please subscribe and share the video. It'll help me greatly. So with that, have a great day. I'll see you on the flip side. And take care.